Hello, and thank you so much for watching Life Ahead here on PBS Fort Wayne. I'm Mark Evans, your host, and very interesting show again tonight. We always try to have those interesting shows for you on these Wednesday nights, but we're going to talk about the annual information fair that is actually coming up in a little more than 3 weeks. It'll be on September 17th. It's on a Thursday. We're going to talk more about the details, the times, the vendors, the organizations all being involved, the purpose of it, and the fact that it's been around for several years and it has quite a history. So I want to introduce you to my guest tonight, Josh White, who is the current president of the Senior Information Fair. And we have Betty Foster, past president and current volunteer. And you do so much. We talked about that in the green room before the program. So thank you to both of you for being here.
Well, thank you for having us.
Absolutely. And Josh, you're actually attorney, an elder attorney, so you kind of get it when it comes to the senior citizens and so forth. Right. And Betty, you've worked in the auctioneering business. And
that's relatively new. I spent 15 years here in the community in the senior-related business in print media.
So no wonder both of you are so much involved in the Senior Information Fair. So before I do get started, I want to let people know, our viewers, that we actually have several ways to contact us with your questions and concerns. So feel free at any time during the program. You can call us at 260-969-2720. And that is for if you'd like to be on the air asking your question live. A lot of people like that. And then if you don't want to be on the air live, we can transpose your question or transcribe your question, and then we'll be more than happy to answer that for you. The other way is to text your question. That's fairly new here at PBS Fort Wayne. And just dial that number you see on the screen, ask your question, and please give us your name and the town from where you're texting. We'd like to do a good old all-American PBS Fort Wayne shout out to you. So thank you in advance for that. So let's go ahead and get started. You know, before I received information about the fair from you two, I did some research to find out what the needs are as far as seniors are needing. And according to the information I found for preparing for the show, seniors today face a complex mix of health, financial, social, and accessibility challenges that impact their quality of life. And for instance, health challenges, and I think that rose to the top on this list. Financial and economic concerns, social isolation and communication, housing and aging in place, elder care and policy changes, safety and abuse, and maintaining independence and well-being, another big one there on the list. So what I can tell from the list of vendors and organizations that you have, and the special guest speakers we'll talk about in a few minutes, that will carry most, if not all, of those concerns. So good job in doing that and relating to those issues. So Josh, let's get started with you. Why is it so important to have events like this, the Senior Information Fair, on an annual basis?
Well, it's in the name. It's information. We're trying to make sure that seniors who are facing these types of challenges can have access to attorneys, to realtors, to people who have information about aging in place, all in one location, and then that is the place to go to in order to be able to talk with the people that are in those professions and get that information that you might need. Yeah,
and I know that on your logo, SIF, it enables, empowers, and promotes seniors to live healthy and safe lives.
That's right.
And you just hit it on the nail's head with your explanation. Let's talk about the history of the Senior Information Fair. How did it begin? Where have we been, and where are we now, Betty?
It began in 1999.
Was that under the Helmke administration?
It was.
Okay.
It was an advisory committee that was developed under Paul Helmke. And it functioned that way for the first year. And then the city backed away, and as far as the mayoral office and such, and so then we went to functioning under the league's nonprofit status, and did that up until 2015. And we moved locations a couple times. It originally started at the community center, was held there for several years, and outgrew. And from what I can find in the minutes and notes, it was probably about 2008 that they moved to the main library downtown.
Yes.
for more space. And at that time, if I'm not mistaken, Lisa Bordner, who was with the Allen County Public Library audio reading, took over as president, and she functioned through 2014 as the president of the group.
I see.
And then we've had different ones through the years, and we had success at the library for many, many years,
Yes,
and
I
the number of vendors. But then in 2019, after our fair, then they were doing the Abraham Lincoln build out.
Oh, yeah.
And we were losing some space. We wouldn't be able to have a number of vendors in the Great Hall like we had previously. So we started looking around, and Turnstone, with their being big gymnasium, seemed to be the best source for us and still be in the main flow of traffic. So in 2020, of course, we didn't hold the event.
Right.
But then 2021, we ended up canceling it too. And so 2022, we held our first fair at Turnstone. And that's been our venue since then.
And I bet that's turned out to be a great location.
It is. They have expanded tremendously as far as their parking space, and we could fill that whole gymnasium if we needed to with vendors.
Yeah.
So it's huge on the inside. There's plenty of room for everyone to move around. It's on one level. We don't have to have speakers down or up.
Right.
So.
And it gets bigger and better every year.
It does.
Yeah. And I know working on various boards myself for organizations throughout my career and also history here in Fort Wayne, that's what you always strive for. Let's make it bigger and better next year. Give something the people to look forward to. So Josh, what age group are we actually catering to? Who all is invited, and how much does it cost?
So we are targeting seniors and those who are around seniors a lot. So a lot of the people that we are trying to cater to and get information out there for are the people who are seniors and in that retiree stage, as well as their caregivers and family members who are concerned about the seniors in their life. It is free to attend, and so we encourage as much attendance as possible to come through and see what all the information is for free.
Yeah, and it sounds like a great fair this year, and I'm hoping to attend myself. And the Senior Information Fair, of course, we were talking about the board and so forth, is organized by a board. And Josh, give us some insight about the board and its members and what they strive for.
Yes, we have 12 members in various professions, all dealing mostly with seniors. So we have attorneys, we have people who are in real estate, we have social workers, we have representatives of various entities that cater to seniors like AARP. We have people who are in all sorts of different professions and with all sorts of experience who really come together to provide a really great event.
Yeah, sounds like a great group of people. And how much work, I mean, these people have full-time jobs, they're professionals, but how much work and how many meetings would you say does it take to make an event like this successful?
So we meet year-round. It is a year-round event. We are a working board, so we are hitting the pavement. We're trying to make sure that we get as much information out there as possible for people, and so we do meet at least once a month in order to make sure that this works as well as we need it to.
That's good. And you don't just meet, but you walk away with various assignments, I'm sure.
We do.
and things to follow up on or to report on for the next meeting.
Right.
Yes, I understand that. So with that said, after this fair is over on September 17th at 2 p.m., when do you start planning for the next one?
2:01 p.m. on September 17th. No, more realistically, we really start in November.
I see.
We take a month off because it is it's a big to-do that we're putting on. It's a few days of diligent work right leading up to the event, and so we take a month off. We celebrate a great event, and we get right back to it the next month.
Wow, that's just amazing, and I love that dedication. Betty, since you've been around and you also know what's going to happen this year, what can attendees expect this year, and how many vendors and types of services will they represent?
Well, at this point in time, we have about 112, 115 vendors. The services is just about anything you would want or have a question on related to aging, related to seniors staying healthy and in their homes for as long as they can, or those who are looking to go to assisted living or independent living, or just need legal questions answered. It's all available there. And if there isn't a vendor that can answer those questions, the vendors that are there have referral services that will have knowledge to they would refer to whomever, whatever business professional it would be.
Yeah.
And so we look forward to it every year. We keep expanding and growing a little bit, but we want to make sure we don't get so large that we can't handle
Right.
and make it flow smoothly behind the scenes and for the vendors and attendees. The door, every year, there are people waiting outside the door before we ever open at 9 a.m. And so they get in there, they get their lunch ticket, they get go around to the vendors, and those that want to go to the first session of the speaker go back out into the lobby to the conference room and listen to the speaker, and then come back in and go through the vendors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and 110 vendors and organizations involved, that's quite a few, and that would take you a little time to stop by and visit each one of them.
Right.
And of course, they're going to have handouts and information, tchotchkes and things like that that they can give away. Yeah. That's great. One of the main categories, as I mentioned at the top of the show, of senior concerns is the health challenges. What will this year's Senior Information Fair offer for those?
Yeah, so we do a wide variety of screenings for people. So we have different vendors who are providing those screenings. We have one that is providing hearing screenings, another that is providing diabetes and glucose screenings, another for a stroke assessment. We also have Francine's friends who are doing the mobile mammography as well.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of screenings that you can sign up for. You don't typically need to sign up in advance for any of those, so that's something that you just come in, you say that, yes, I need to do this, and they'll make it happen.
That's great, and immunizations too.
Yes, we're also offering immunizations for a variety of things, flu, COVID, and the like.
One-stop shopping to get you all fixed up and ready for winter, and get some neat things to put in your bag, and information that you can take with you and be very vital. And I know, Betty, that there are 2 informational sessions scheduled. And who are the speakers? What are the topics?
Emily Gorman from AARP will be in the first session, and she is going to speak on the scams and fraud that target seniors. So that'll be like a 45-minute to an hour session.
I believe we had her on the show not too long ago, and she was talking about scams, and I was overwhelmed with the number of scams and the types, and she was very good and very informative about that. So that's definitely one we want to see.
Yeah. Anybody that comes and attends her session is going to get helpful tips and information, I'm sure, to avoid being taken advantage of.
Yeah.
And I know my phone rings on a daily basis
Mine
with
too.
the potential. And I never used to answer those calls, but now I pick it up and let them start in, and then I just say, "Oh, I'm sorry, no. Contact my attorney."
That's a good way.
Yeah.
And I just wonder if you get any more of those calls. I say report spam.
Yeah, they've gone downhill quite a bit. So,
Oh, that's good. That's
but
good.
yeah, that should be a great one. And then Kurt Ness from Ness Brothers Realtors and Auctioneers will, along with his team, will be talking on downsizing, selling your home, buying another home, that type of thing, and how they can give you tips on doing it.
Okay. And that is something that seems to be big. I see commercials on television for the companies that help you downsize. They'll go in and give you hints on how to downsize, and they'll even put your house up for sale and help you with that. And I think that's a big thing, because so many seniors nowadays just don't need all this room in these big homes where they've raised all their kids, and it's just nice to downsize to something that they can actually handle a little bit better.
And it's not just about the property, it's also about having your financial needs and your estate in the proper place, and we help guide those. We work closely with elder law attorneys, representatives, POAs, and that kind of stuff. So.
Well, good. Those sound like very informative sessions, and that's 9:30 on that Thursday, 9:30 a.m.
9:15 to 9. It starts 9:15 to 9:30.
And then right after Emily's done with hers, we'll have Kurt Ness and
Yes.
his team. Okay, at 10:30 or thereabouts. Okay. Now, excuse me. I know I've been to Turnstone several times. In fact, I was there at their big ribbon cutting ceremony years ago, and I don't live too far from there, to be honest with you. But it's a very impressive and offers a lot to people in our community. I was just wondering, are there going to be tours available?
Yes, that's part of Turnstone's. They're a vendor there too, the day of, being our host and such. And they're going to have some activities that they'll be doing for fun, but there are tours available. And if you've never toured the facility, you really need to take the time to do it, because they have all types of things available, not only for people with disabilities, but we as individuals can join the community, use the workout, use the pool.
Yeah.
So it's fantastic, the work that they do there and the events that they hold there.
And it's a great location too, right there on North Clinton.
Right.
So almost anybody would have access to that. So Josh, not only will there be lots of information and these sessions to attend and handouts rather, but I understand there's also a free catered lunch.
There is,
well, the lunch is the key word there. Tell me all about that.
Right. So
I like lunch.
As people come in, they're going to be able to get a ticket while supplies last, and as long as they have that ticket, they have a lunch.
And so most everyone who gets to attend, if they come in before the lunchtime, they'll have a good chance of having a lunch. So they just have to make sure they get their ticket when they walk in. Well, that's quite convenient. That's very good. And I understand there's also going to be some entertainment during the lunch.
There is some entertainment. So we do have Joe Justice coming in order to provide some music for us, as well as a couple of other, we'll say, surprise entertainment.
Good. Joe, as a matter of fact, isn't he a retired fireman?
I believe that's his history.
Well, and I knew that many years. I've known Joe off and on over the years. And I said, well, you have Joe Justice, and that's his real name. I said, why did you ever become a police officer? And he says, I never thought of that. I'm sure he did. He's a great guy and very talented. So good choice. So I understand someone else might be making an appearance or will be making an appearance?
Yes, we do have at least one other person who will be making an appearance. Elvis will be in the building.
Oh my gosh.
For the event.
All right. Great. I know we love Elvis, so that'll be a great time as well.
Yeah.
So I have someone who's actually made a phone call in to us. She's asking what kind of vendors will be at the fair. Betty, if you can go over that once again.
We'll have elder law. There will be senior residential communities, hospice, health, hospitals.
Okay.
There will be, we even have home improvement. We have like cell phone service. There's one joining us this year again. And, but a lot of it is, health related, and it is the things that seniors need in the area as they age, because let's face it, like somebody like me, I'm not as strong as I used to be, and there's things that I need help with. Or if I'm looking at, selling my home and downsizing, going to an apartment, that type of thing, there's just all kinds. There's so many numerous ones in different categories, it's hard to speak about them all.
Well, and then at the end of the show, and if I don't do it, please remind me, we're going to give the website they can go to, and they can get vendors by names and the types of vendors there will be. So it's all information about the SIF. Let's talk about parking and how CityLink, our public transportation entity, will be involved.
Yeah, absolutely. So we do have parking on site, but it is somewhat limited. And then for any overflow, we actually have a designated spot over at Glenbrook Mall, and we do have CTN shuttles driving back and forth, so that if you park over at Glenbrook Mall, no matter what time you park over there, we will have somebody be able to pick you up, take you to Turnstone, and those buses continue to run during the entire event and even a little bit after, so that no matter when you decide to arrive, no matter when you decide to leave, somebody will be able to take you back to your vehicle.
It's very nice of CityLink to do that and
Yes.
be a part of that. And I know a lot of seniors use those public transportation services, and very important in our town. Is there still time for vendors and organizations to get on board with this?
Absolutely.
How will they do that?
Yeah, so they can email us seniorinfofair@gmail.com.
Okay,
No.
senior
No.
Sorry,
Senior Information
information fair.
at gmail.com.
Okay, senior information fair
Yeah.
at gmail.com.
It's-
That's
Yes.
fairly easy to
Yeah.
remember. So they can go on there and ask how they can inquire how they can be involved, and I'm sure there's some stipulations, some things that they need to know going into it. And also, if they want to get on board, I would suggest doing it right away.
Sooner rather than later is
Well,
better.
Absolutely, absolutely. And of course, all that support is certainly appreciated, I'm sure. Let's talk about how our viewers can actually get more information regarding the Senior Information Fair of 2026.
They can go to our website also, which under our blog tab, there's more information there. And it's seniorfair.info.
Okay, let's do that one more time in case people are taking notes.
It's www.seniorfair.info. You can also search it through whatever search engine you use, and it'll pop up.
Okay, that's very good. And I missed my time cue. I don't really know how much time we have. About 3 minutes to go. Well, let's go ahead and recap some of the things that we will expect. And you know, Josh, we were talking about the medical entities. We have blood pressure checks and vital signs checks, which include heart rate, respiration, blood pressure, and pulse, and otoscope ear screening, hearing screening available, diabetes glucose screening, all that there. Stroke risk assessment, that's a big one to say. Stroke risk assessment, a grip strength screen.
Yes.
And so various vendors, various medical entities in town will actually be providing those services. So
Yes.
we'll have professionals doing that.
That's correct.
And they just stop by the booth and they do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. That's a great service. I would imagine you could probably spend quite a bit of time during the fair doing that. But I would think that, you know, because healthcare costs so much these days and some people don't have adequate health care, this would be very important for them to attend.
It would give them an idea of what their status is at the current time, and if needed, say, you know, they did the diabetes check, then if the person that they did it with, they might refer them to their doctor.
So they'll be looking out for them.
Yeah.
And if things look good, they'll just tell them things are looking good. I think that's excellent, and that is a #1 priority for seniors these days is the healthcare thing. Also, we mentioned Francine's Friends Mobile Mammography.
Yes.
So they'll have their, I think it's a big RV.
The coach.
The
Yep.
coach.
The coach.
They'll be there with that.
Yes.
And do you have to do any
No,
pre-sign in or anything for that?
No, you just sign in there the day of, and if the schedule gets full, they will sign you up for another one time if you'd like that. We also have the vaccine clinic, which is a huge one.
And are those vaccines free?
Well, they need to bring their insurance card with them, but they are free there the day of the fair.
I am so glad we brought that up.
Yeah.
So bring your insurance card to the Senior Information Fair for immunizations. And we're talking flu, shingles, which happens to be a big one, pneumonia as well. Of course, there's good old COVID, RSV, and I'm not sure what DTaP is.
It's your, oh, shoot, now I can't think of what it is. We all had it when we were younger, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Diphtheria, possibly?
It could be.
Excuse me.
So
All right. Oh, it's tetanus.
that's what it is,
Yes.
yeah.
Roz, our floor director, happened to write that down. It's tetanus.
Thank you, Roz.
Thank you, Roz. Don't know what we'd do without you. We have a minute left here to talk about the Senior Information Fair. Let's do all the who, what, whens, and wheres to make sure people know where it's at, and we'll give that website address again for more information. Josh, would you
Absolutely.
like to handle that?
The Senior Info Fair is happening on September 17th at Turnstone on Clinton Street, and that is from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. If you want more information, please go to seniorfair.info. And if you would like more information about how to be a vendor, how to be a sponsor, we'd encourage you to reach out via email at seniorinformationfair@gmail.com.
All right. And just for our viewers, for them to know, if you caught us halfway into the show and didn't catch the first half, we will, of course, replay this on our website at PBS Fort Wayne, so you can check that out. And we also have it on YouTube. And most of all of our episodes of Life Ahead are on those two entities as well. Wow, time flew by. You guys did a great job. Thank you very much. And thank you for all you do. Thank you for all you do. We truly appreciate it.
We just organize it for
the
vendors to come in and do
work.
their thing.
And I hope to see you there, and we hope to see you there September 17th on a Thursday at Turnstone. Until next time, thank you so much for watching Life Ahead. We wish you a wonderful and happy and healthy life ahead. Good night, and thanks for watching.
The preceding program on PBS Fort Wayne is made possible in part by
the 2026 Senior Information Fair is Thursday, September 17th from 9 to 2 at Turnstone Plasman Fieldhouse. Featuring speakers on fraud and downsizing, experts in aging-related services, health screenings, and a vaccine clinic. On-site parking is available. Overflow parking at Glenbrook Mall with shuttles to and from Turnstone. Details at seniorfair.info.